everyone, and welcome to the Scott Gamble Show and everyone else. He's done pretty well this season and he's looking strong, isn't he?
Everyone, welcome to round 12, split one of season 12 V8 veterans. I'll be myself doing race control. Tonight, depending on wave rounds, no towing without permission, otherwise it will immediately.
Well, I'm just getting memories from last season where McKnight started, well, he had a bit of an accident. He's ended up way back in the field and clawed his way back at VIR. No help to me as well. And he ended up, I think he ended up stealing it, didn't he? Mustangs. I do like the Mustang. That does look kind of nice and mean, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a bit squirrely. We should see a bit of action on the hairpin coming into that, and the last corner too. That is unloaded off camber. And everyone's going to try and go for the finish line there. So we'll probably see a lot of action there on the last corner as well.
Well, we're about to go live, and I'm in the booth now. Apparently they couldn't hear me at all, Roo. So I am live now. They can hear me now. That's just me carrying over from last night's mic muted round of the Pro Logitech series. So there you go. Sorry about that. You've missed the whole intro. Roo, did you enjoy my whole intro there?
Oh mate, I had a great conversation. It was awesome.
Fantastic. I went through the grid and everything. You all missed it. Well, that's live TV. Let's get set to go. We've got 10 seconds here before we get away. It will be Latham, Nitschke, Favell, your top three, with Christian Smart out of fourth place. Thanks, Keith Logan. Otherwise, it would have been the whole broadcast of just Roo talking to his imaginary friend.
Good on you, Keith. We like Keith.
Here we go, Res Rise for the final round of the V8 Veterans, live from Oulton Park Raceway. And well, watch Latham off the front row. There's the green, gets away very well. The front row got away perfectly. There is a lot of tyre smoke in the background, and here we go. The run down towards turn one, the racecraft entry out in front from Nitschke, Favell. I can already see Kirby's up a few spots. John King's dropping back, and Greg Sharp has had a shocker. He's dropped back about 8 positions already as they head down through this first dipper. And side by side, Kirby, Viger and Hall all together there, but Latham got away perfectly. Where's McKnight in that? Did he get away? He's dropped, well, he's up 1 position, 25th. It's going to be a long afternoon for McKnight tonight.
Yeah, capitalising on that early scuffle there on the first corner. So McKnight just has to hold his head together and hopefully get his pit stops done right. It's a short race, so I don't know what the pit stop strategy is going to be like tonight. It's just hell for leather, really, isn't it?
Sure is. Just looking over to see if I got some info from Rick, and I don't think I did. So nothing from Rick this week, I don't think, no. So we're just going to fly it blind as we see Latham crest the hill. 7/10 clear now. Favell coming under some pressure from Christian Smart. The top 8 have maintained in their starting positions so far, so pretty decent getaway.
Yeah, and as we see, all Vanderkran's are going for a bit of a...
Oh, someone's off in the fence in the background. Yeah, it is Peter Vanderkran, you're right.
Yeah.
He's gone off and he's in the trees down there. Now he's come out again onto the circuit but drops to plumb last. There's also a bit of movement with the other Vanderkran in 8th place. He's up 2 spots now, going wheel to wheel here with Damien Cairns, who got a pretty decent start himself. Cairns Oh, banging wheels there with Van der Kraan, and I tell you what, Kirby's getting the bird's eye view of this too as we look at the onboard with Van der Kraan, the right-hand side of your screen. That is Damien Cann, so he's just cleared him now and he's got away as they continue to fight behind. That's Kirby. You can see once again going wheel to wheel. I tell you, they're not holding back in this opening lap of 47. So a couple of race cams tonight just to pay attention to as Latham continues to lead. We've got the usuals out there, and I'm seeing where Scott McCuney's sitting back here in 14th place, made up a few positions early on. He's going wheel to wheel here with Christian Smart, and look how close they are. It's going to be tight into the braking zone. Smart down the inside, and job done from Christian. Gets himself now up into the top 14. And, well, he lost a bit there, did McCune. He's now under pressure from Sharp and Chad Lewis, who's just in behind as well. So it's this is an aggressive start on what is a small little racetrack. They've come out firing tonight.
Yeah, that's a solid corner by Christian Smart. I like how they took out the chicanes for this one.
Yeah.
I find it a lot more exciting when they go help the leather down that back straight and have to fight each other into that right-hander. But look at this, like only the top two now, Latham and Nitschke, the only two that have held position. Everyone else has shifted around the order.
New fastest lap for Nitschke too, does a 1:24.45. So he's got the speed under his right foot, just needs to try and get back up onto the tail of John Latham and then try and make a move, or maybe just sit there and save some fuel as we look at Michael Stewie Stewart in the hypersonic racing car. Good view of him in VR. Roo, you're accustomed to VR racing. This is a pretty good setup he's got here.
Love it. Love the VR. I don't think I can go back. There's arguments either way, but you know, once you go VR, you just can't go back to this. You can't lose one of the Ds.
One of the Ds.
Can't lose one of the Ds. You have to have all 3 Ds.
Yeah, that's it. What about 4 Ds? When are we going to get 4 Ds? That's when you back the Valiant up to the window and pop the window open and leave it idling while you're sim racing. That's 4D.
Oh, actually, I think if you turn the fan on, that's 4D, because you've got a bit of the wind action going on there. That's another dimension. I think if there was rain and someone could sit there with a spray bottle, that's another D. Brendan Nitschke's actually looking pretty good. I'm just looking at this now. He's actually in contention for this entire season, is he not, if I'm doing the maths right?
Yeah, he's doing well. And I'll tell you what, my SDK is completely frozen up, so this is good news.
Go technology on the last round.
Go technology on the last round, that's it. We've got nothing at all. Can't even change who we're watching at the moment. So John Latham, obviously we're still live. John Latham, as the time's frozen too. It looks like it has. Let me see if I can't just close this thing off.
John Latham just coming up for a second in front of Nitschke now. So Nitschke's still probably in the slipstream on the back straight there. So he's keeping with it. Gamble is just a second behind him as well. So they're just in that slipstream at the moment. So I think if Latham breaks away here, which he's not actually. Nitschke and Gamble are starting to close in on him. They've just clawed back 0.2 of a second since I've been talking. So they're not just playing the long game, they're going for it really, aren't they? Yeah,
well, SDK, mate, it's completely shut down, so we're trying to restart it. It's frozen. First time it's frozen in probably a couple of hundred races, so if we completely explode here, we'll have to come back another day. I think we're going to make it happen. Hey, look, I can just rattle off times if you like. Oh, you can do that. You can do that. I can't even change to different drivers though. That's the one. No, I've got nothing at all. We're stuck on John Latham. It's going to be the John Latham show if this continues.
John Latham show. Well, you know, you've got Nitschke's now 0.8 behind him, and Scotty Gamble, who was a full second behind Nitschke, is now 0.6 seconds. So he's closing the gap.
What happens if I Control Alt Delete, Roo, just out of computer? You're a pretty knowledgeable man with computers. Will we lose the feed for a moment?
Yeah, I'll be talking in the dark.
That'll happen with Control Alt Delete, will it?
I'll give it a bash.
Give it a bash because I can't close. It's got the spinning wheel of death here, SDK.
Oh, give it a bash. No, it's Control Shift Escape, then you can kill it from there.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
You're not doing the old gaming tone where you'd say.
No. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, that brought up my task manager. Oh, that's a great way to get to task manager.
That's the way to do it. You can kill it from there.
Yeah, very good. All right, we'll do that quickly now. Hopefully this will. We'll just quickly end task, and there we go. That's got rid of SDK. Shout out to SDK. We'll fire it back up again and see what happens.
No worries. Leave your money on the fridge. Jamie Knight now is up 4 spots from where he started, so I'm keeping an eye on him. because he's one of the guys in contention for the championship, and that he will have his sights set on that all night.
All right, I've got control again, so that's one good thing. We're on lap 5 of 47, and we've got control over the cameras. So we look back at the fastest lap Gamble's just done at 1:24.44. He's starting to close the gap up to Nishki. You're right, Rue, he is.
Oh yeah, so that's now half a second behind Nishkin. He's well on the slipstream. I think you start getting a really good tow with these cars after you get within half a second. So back straight, he might be pushing for a overtake, or at least showing the nose and trying to unsettle Nishki a little bit.
Yeah, looking at Van der Kraan, Kirby, Viger, Dan Hall's back there as well. We've definitely got at some point tonight talk to Brenton O'Brien too. He said drag him in, doesn't care when. He's currently back in 21st after starting almost rear of field, moving up 4 position. He's got Jamie McKnight right behind him. And he said drag him in at any time. We should just drag him in now while he's under extreme pressure. What do you reckon?
It's like the 80s and 90s. Remember, like they used to drag Peter Brock in while he's going hell for leather.
He used to get the shit. I do remember that. That was awesome. Let's see if we can do it.
Yeah.
Who's he in a room with? I just got to go have a look at who he's in a room with first before we go. Oh, he's in with Gamble and everyone. Do you think we should do it?
Well, he's got McKnight. He's probably looking at his rear views.
Oh,
might be a bit rude. Give it a second.
We'll give it a moment. But yeah, he's got McKnight hunting him down here. Tim Nicol not too far behind in the Hoff, back in 24th place. I love this shot from, looking out the rear camera, because you can really see when cars close up under brakes and then how much they lose under acceleration as well, because that concertina effect. Obviously, if they're staying with them under acceleration, they're carrying more corner speed and getting a better exit, which is crucial to being fast around a racetrack like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just watching McKnight's lap times now. He's about a second behind the leaders because he's got to deal with traffic. So looking at that, he might need a bit of relief from a safety car or a really lucky pit stop to get a little bit higher and get that thing done. Otherwise, Scotty Gamble, look at him. He's looking pretty good at the moment.
Well, there's your track map. It's already 20 seconds covering the top, in fact 15 seconds covering the top 20. So the field's spreading out, and it's one of those tracks. It's probably hard to overtake around here. Oh, that's a concertina effect. That was almost Christian Smart into the back of Dan Hall there for Evolution Racing Team. So he got away with it, but that was ever so close to some contact. Lap 747.
How much they push. It's amazing how much they push. I mean, this is a short race. This is still 200 kilometres, and to be pushing this early in the race, I suppose it's the last race of the season. So why not?
Yeah, it is. What did we do last week? 700 kilometres, I think it was. It was.
It certainly felt like it.
It was a long one, but yeah, 300k versus 200k. It knocks a third of the time off, and we had a few safety cars last week too, and look at this. This is once again Christian Smart having a go, and down the inside shows the nose. Oh, and he's made contact. Oh, and he bulldozes him out. Up. There's a retaliation, I think, as well. And let's turn the. We've got to turn the mic up so we can hear this. If there's any chit chat, I love the chit chat in this series.
To be honest, you'd probably remain silent for that one.
Yeah, I wonder if we should just try and pick up a quick replay.
Race Control, can you look at that, please? Car 923.
Dan Hall, let's see what the response here is. So Dan Hall's called for Race Control to have a look at the incident. And yeah, let's just wait and see what the call back from Race Control is once they review it. But let's have a quick look. This is Christian Smart making some contact there. So yeah, there was just a contact and then got him again, and then Dan Hall stays in the throttle and says, mate, you're going to give me a bit of argy-bargy, I'm going to send you to the fence.
Well, he did the right thing and righted the car again, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, gave him a little tap, was going around, and then corrected him, and unfortunately lost the car because of it. So no harm, no foul there, I think.
Another driver with the race cam tonight is Jeff Thomas. He's currently sitting in 6th place. I talked about him last week. Mr. Consistent. He won the Racecraft rig in this series a couple of seasons ago, and he's just been right up there ever since, constantly in the top 10, more often than not in the top 6, and he's only at the moment 5.4 seconds off the lead, lapping within his best lap times within, well, it's pretty much equal to the leader's time. In fact, he's done a 24.68, the leader's done a 24.69, so just goes to show this JWM car is on rails at the moment, looking good in this fixed setup race.
Yeah, and I mean that's something to say. I haven't been with us for the entire season, but has Jeff Thomas been racing all the races?
Yeah.
Drop rounds.
He may have missed a few. Where is he in the championship? I have to bring that back up on the screen.
Because like with that kind of driving, I mean, well, someone's gone around, but like with that kind of driving, you expect to be quite up high in the order because I mean he is really consistent.
Yeah, that was Travis Hunt that's just gone around and dropping back down the order, back into 23rd now after that little moment. So we'll just give the race leader some airtime because Latham just continues to stay out in front by just on a second. He's maybe keeping it just outside of the draft range, but he's going to come into a bit of lap traffic now with Crisdale in 30th place. He's already to the back of the pack. Just goes to show how, the spread here, even in split one. And we've got 3 splits in this series, and these are the best of the best, the top split. Next season will be broadcast by LR eSports, and we're bowing out tonight. The last one. It's great to have you with me, Roo, for what's been. I'm going to try and count up, next time you're talking, I'm going to count up how many Vets broadcasts I've done. But it was very special having you last week, and ultimately just as special having you this week.
Oh mate, I love being here, and I'll be here for more if you'll have me.
Yep.
So we'll get the bromance happening and get this going on. Looks like Latham will run in the traffic sooner or later. Oh no, he's done it. No, he's passed. So he's out in clear air now, and he's probably going to extend that gap unless Nishki and Gamble can sort it out.
I was trying to hum that. No, 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 no. I'm in a bad bromance. Bromance? Is it bromance?
Is now.
Spriggs, 4th place. Hey, here's the guy that we haven't talked about much. Jason Spriggs. Taipan eSports driver, number 14. Right up there, leading his teammate, Greg Favell, who's been an absolute cracker in the last few seasons. Greg, he's in the Pro Invitational Series last night. And fancy this, he's being outshone at the moment by Jason Spriggs.
Yeah, and Spriggs has got the faster lap time as well by 300ths of a second, so he's turning it on here.
Wonder if there's any team orders and whether or not, would Favell be being held up at all here, or do you think this is the pace of the race?
Well, according to my timing, Spriggs is on pace, if not slightly better, so...
It's true.
Yeah.
Through and up the road from them, Scott Gamble still holding on to 3rd and looking pretty good for the championship if he was to finish right where he is now.
Yeah, I think he doesn't really have to do anything heroic here. I mean, if he can just sit back, he's still doing pretty. Oh, he's got Favell closing in on him. Oh, sorry, Spriggs is closing in on him as well. So if he can just maintain that gap, he could probably do it comfortable. But we've got quite a few laps to go, so things can change.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just reading some comments now. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Luke, you're on mute." I wish I had read that 25 minutes ago. But yeah, Christine Cairns in the house. Hello, Christine. Margaret Favell as well. Hello to all the regulars that have been here for many, many, many moons as we've broadcast, I think since season 7 right now through to season 12. But there's a bit happening down the pack here. Let's jump on board with Tim Nicol. What's happened? McKnight's just dropped back a position as he gets sideways there. So McKnight up 6, but just dropping back 1 or 2 as Nicol moves through. And also this man well out of position, Christian Smart, after that little spin, down in 18th place now and carrying that damage through to the first pit stop. So I'm thinking maybe they're going to get through to maybe around lap 16, 17 for this first stop tonight.
Yeah, it's a long way to carry damage if it's actually causing... Oh, I don't think it's causing him any real issue because his timing's looking pretty good. He's in the lane now. No, that's... yeah, Favell's in the lane now. So he probably heard you there.
Maybe Favell, this is his chance to try and jump his teammate. Do you think he's like, oh, I can't really ask to be moved ahead, but if I can get into a quick stop, get some new tyres on and try and get out in front, he can do it a more subtle way.
Well, quite possibly here. I mean, he might actually come out behind the main pack and out to the open, so he won't be fighting at all. He'll just have a nice clean run, so could very well do this.
Well, this is our 120th V8 Veterans broadcast tonight. Just did the quick count up. So 120th, that's not a bad effort. 120 nights in front of the computer screen.
That's about 240 to 300 hours, mate.
That's a fair few.
Sounds a lot more in hours, doesn't it?
Plus the setup time.
That's it. Double it, yeah.
Yeah, triple it. quadruple it. Yeah. And the years it's put on my life when things happen like SDK freezing at the start of a broadcast. It's all good fun. As we watch Hunt now, really putting pressure on McKnight. Now, I can't see any damage on Jamie's car, but, you know, he's just not on the pace at the moment. I know he's a busy man. He works his day job, does the schooling hours, and whether or not he's just not getting the practice in, but just not being able to match it at the moment with the top 15 even.
Yeah, that practice makes all the difference. But, you know, he's up 8 spots from the start, so he's slowly plugging away there. He's not stagnant. He is moving up.
He is, yeah, but I'm watching Gamble's just moved up position as Nitschke, Pitts, Hall and Lewis are also in the lane. We've got a pit lane penalty for car 999. That'll be Christian Smart, won't it, the 999? Let me just confirm that. It is the 999 of Christian Smart causing contact on lap 7. So he'll have to drive through the lane. That's ruined his chance of having any performance in this final race tonight.
Was that the replay we saw, was it?
That was a little ding-dong they had before.
That's a hell of a call, that is, isn't it? So that's yeah, he's going to have to work now.
Well, thanks, Christine, for the nice words, by the way. Just reading through a few comments there, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. 120 nights. Great news, Stephen says that's to do with Jeff Thomas giving him his old rig. Now, we called the old rig of Jeff Thomas as the plywood Plymouth from memory because he banged it up out of plywood. It was very, very cool.
Yeah, it was almost like sad to see it go because, you know, it was kind of the thing, the plywood Plymouth. But I'm sure he's loving the new rig because those things are solid.
I wish I could find pictures of my first ever sim rig I built because it looked just like a coffin. And then I painted it red, put some Ferrari stickers on it. But I still remember the day I took it to the dump because I had no need for it anymore. But it looked like I was dropping a red coffin off to the dump. Jeff Thomas leads the race here on lap 14. He's moved up to the lead with all the pit stops taking place. Oh, and he almost lost it then. And let's see what he can do. Get Damien Cairns slides up into second place. We'll quickly head over to the race cam of Damien Cairns and see what he's doing at the moment. Let's see how long it takes. We usually count until he gives us a wave here. We'll jump on board with him for a moment and wait for the wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's usually a shuckers after about 5 or 6 seconds. Oh, he's too busy.
Well, that left-hander there, that is flat out, and I reckon after the hairpin.
I reckon Christine's in the background going, "Hey, you're on camera. You're on camera.
You're on.
Give him a wave."
Wave, you bugger.
He's not listening tonight.
No waves. So.
Need to throw something at him. Hey, where's our usual wave? He's got the nervous thumb going. I just noticed. Look at the watch on the top of the gear stick. He's got a nervous thumb. Here we go. Watch. Here it is.
Oof.
Oh, he's got it steady now, so maybe he's just steady things up.
Cool.
Yeah, there we go. There's the shuckers. That only took about 10 minutes, but thanks, mate. So he's looking good in second place at the moment, and Marty Hansen's up into 6th. There he is, another Taipan eSport driver, the Nova Motorsport driver of Todd Duggan, sitting there in 7th now as well. And Brenton O'Brien up into 8th, under a bit of pressure here from Tim McNichol. But that's 8th and 9th we're watching now. I think it's time to drag Brenton O'Brien up in here. I don't care how busy he is. I reckon we just do it in the name of entertainment. What do you reckon?
Go for it.
Let's go find him. I'm going to go find him now. I'm going to grab him. We're going to do this. He might get angry at me, but he could also be mid-conversation here. I've got to make sure I bring him into the right broadcast here because I just realised that LR Esports live in split too. Right, here we go. Let's see if we've got Brenton with us now. Did I get him in the right room?
You did. Hello.
Oh, mate, I'm going to throw to you while you're under some pressure here. Test how good you are with McNichol right up your butt.
Yeah, and I can see that, but you've got me because I'm just about to pit this lap too. So, and I haven't really worked on this week's race at all. Been very busy at work. So, how are you? Look, honestly, Luke, you have done an exceptional job with the broadcast. Like, seriously, you've raised it to a next level. I know what you do with the Pro Series. I'm about to be under attack here by Timmy, so just hang on a second.
This is like the old Dick Johnson race cam time.
Third gear here, because I just want to make sure I get that turn in, get some good power out. And like I said, I unboxed this. You hold 5th over the hill here. You have to do a little lift because you get to lose a bit of traction. Now, the quick guys here take 4th, but I'm not one of the quick guys, so I take 3rd. Little tight exit out here. On the power nice and early, over the top of that rise, take all of the track on exit. And I brake really early here, so just about, I don't know, 100 metres before that little marker. Tight exit here because I'm pitting this lap, so I could get a penalty live here on RACESTARS TV because I haven't done.
Oh, they're all coming in.
Yeah, well, it's a good strategy. Now, should I light fuel? What should I be doing, you reckon? Light
What do you
fuel?
reckon, Roo?
Well, give us a call.
No, go more fuel just in case there's a safety car.
Say safety car, righto. Well, we can take up to 88 litres. I don't reckon we need all of that. So I use something called iSpeed, so I can actually click my fuel on and off whenever I want. But
the macro stuff.
no, it's not a macro. Yeah, do not go there. So we're about to go 50 litres. I don't know if I need any more than that. How many laps to go?
Quick calculation, about 32.
Oh, okay. So I've just put. So I was stationary for 26.6, which is pretty long because Travis Hunt's now come out in front of me. Watch the pit exit here because you can get a penalty really easy. New tyres. Who's that in front of me? Marty Hansen. Good guy, Marty.
Yeah, Hansen, you've got Duggan behind you, Kennedy as well, and you've got a bit of a gap too. Bit of a buffer behind, mate, so it's eyes forward.
Cal here. Nah, eyes forward, come on. Oh, yeah, no, I've got a buffer behind me. Yeah, Duggan, Kennedy and Jamie. Obviously, Jamie's taken full fuel because he wasn't that far behind before. So, yeah, no, anyway, so it's been an absolute pleasure, Luke. You've done a cracking job and big shoes to fill. And also, Vargs in race control has done a brilliant job. Hats off to him. And I'm going to say champion-elect, dare I say, Mr. S. Gamble, but it's still got a long way to go yet, but we know where he needs to finish. And he's on target at the moment. And considering he's using his Logitech G wheel, so there's a plug for Dan Hall.
Yeah, Dan Hall, we love that.
Yep. Yeah, Dan's one of the nice guys on the planet. Yeah, it's been a really good season, and I'm looking forward, because this is my last race for a while. Yep. Because I'm taking over Vargs' job next season. But no, it's been really good. So what do you want to do? I can just sit here and commentate with you for a while, or what?
I've got a question for you, mate.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we looking at is this a one-stopper or a two-stopper for this race?
No, didn't know you could one-stop it, so hence I've just light filled.
You got a two-stop it, I think. I think the rules are two-stop, aren't they?
I think you've got a two-stop, don't you?
Yeah, so that's good. It's good to stop later because everyone that kind of light filled early, if there is a safety car between now and the next defueling, they've just wasted that light fuel. So if you've done a bit of a heavy load there and there is a safety car, then you will get promoted, which is a really good strategy.
You can have a look at the pit lane stoppage times there on the right-hand side. So
yeah, how do I go?
Just click the right button. So there it is there. So where are you? You're down in 28 seconds, was it?
26.6 was my stationary in my iRacing set.
28.3 for the Nitschke. Thomas took 24.8. 33 for Favell. 34.9 for Gamble, and Spriggs took 34.9 as well, so those guys putting a lot more fuel in. But this is probably the most, look at that Manhattan on its side. I've never seen such a variance in V8 Vets.
With the pit stops?
With the pit stops, yeah, what lap people have come in.
Isn't it good to have that variation, though? It just adds a bit of strategy. I'll be honest with my strategy's all over the shop this week. But normally as a team we go pretty well with strategy, and like the proof of that is like, currently don't worry about that. Currently I'm P8 in the standings, but I've only had 2 top 10 finishes, like work that out, because, you know, let's face it, I'm one of the slower drivers here on the grid.
Consistency.
But, yeah, exactly, consistency, let everybody else make a mistake and just get the thing to the finish line every week. And if, you know, what you can't make up for on speed on the track, you can certainly make up with good strategy. So we can normally go all right there. As a team, like the 4 of us, got to go Chad Lewis as well, who's just done so good in his first vet season. Yep. Yeah, no, it's been really good. But yeah. Oh shit, Buzz, sorry. Moving on.
That's all right.
Forward to next season.
Yeah, we
and
do.
you're using a bit of chaos theory there, coming into the pits and just making up on the fly. I mean, if you don't know what's going on, then no one else can predict what you're going to do either. So, you know, you got to keep them guessing.
I got to admit, as a team, we've had a pretty relaxed attitude this week. I've just been smashed at work, which is good. Like, I work at a really cool place, really good job, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, and between the 4 of us, poor old Dan's had COVID this week, so he's been a bit crook. Chad's been busy at work too. So between the 4 of us, it's like an end of season trip this week. So it's pretty cool. It's and we're only commenting before what a really good fun season this has been. Yeah, forget the results, but like for us as a team, like one of our highlights for the week is that the 4 of us would jump on a Vets hosted session and we'd do like really good race runs type thing. Just the four of us, So one of us crashed, back to the pit, start again, and I know that it's improved. Not just mine, but the other three, their racecraft as well. Like, let's face it, Gambo's normally out front, but so that we teach him. Well, no, we don't teach him. He learns things like the aero wash and things like that if he is behind a car. So he's just had an unbelievably good season. But some of it is contributed to the work we do earlier in the week.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, thinking of where it's come from too, having that big break off sim racing and then starting in split 3, up to split 2, up into split 1, just absolutely hammering from there on in.
Yeah, absolutely. And like people, because he went away for a while and, with his kids and went forward driving all over the place. But people forget that before he left how good he actually was. And in his last stops race with the Enduro at Phillip Island, with pit strategy, yes, but he was actually leading the race in his last ever race at that time. But we're always reasonably confident he'd come back, and as a team, we've been very supportive of him, and Logitech G as sponsors have been extremely supportive of him as well, and the results are there, and really happy for the guy.
Such a great racetrack. This is some pretty intense stuff in the mid pack here between Kirby, Viaga, Visma, Kings at the back of it, McCune we just saw, and Stewart really fighting as well. So it's, there's battles up and down the pack, and just to cross promote a little bit, it was a good night last night in the Logitech G Pro Invitational Series as well. Some really hot racing.
How good was it to have Shane Van Gisberg and Brody Kostecki up the front there, and Jared's obviously showing his class of the field, but on our side of the fence, like Marcelo Rivera getting pole position, and if that was
unlucky, wasn't he? Unlucky in the end.
Yeah, the race result wasn't there, but we walked away with more positive stuff than bad.
But that was to do with the fuel, issue in the pits, wasn't it? Yeah, that's like.
Yeah. He's running some stupid program. No, it's not a macro. But crew chief or something like that, and it just put the wrong fuel in. But anyway, it is what it is. But it was Look, we're enjoying that series a lot. But tonight's all about Vet Series and the work that you've done, and previously Ben Anthony and now Luke Holland.
Yep.
Everyone's doing a cracking job, and that's why this series, as much as I love the Pro Series, and I do, because it's especially Jordan Ross is my baby. I don't race in it. And Matt Vandercrane's just gone off.
We're just watching that. Yeah, we're watching. I'm already there, mate. Don't you worry.
What happened to him?
He's had a bit of a stack. Go and have a quick look at a replay in a second. But he's got it out of the fence, which is the main thing. So it hasn't brought out the safety car. Here's a replay, and have a quick look. Did he think he did it by himself? So here he goes up over the crest of the hill. Back end gets squirrely, and then he turns it into the left-hander. Bit of and then to the right-hander, and he just understeered. So the front end just gave up on him through there. Too much speed and kissed the wall.
That happens in that corner a lot.
Yeah, it does, and Rue would know. Car can get a bit light and generates a lot of understeer. So he won't be the first or the last that's ever gone in there. That's for sure.
Now, Brenton, are your teammates going? Where's he gone? He stopped talking to us because I just dragged you out of there.
No, it's all good. Well, during the race, we don't do a lot of chatting anyway. Like sometimes Chad gets a bit chatty chat.
Chatty chat.
Chatty chat. Yep. And Gambo's. Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of talking. Like every once in a while, we'll throw some questions at each other.
You're a gentleman, Dean.
Oh shit! Hang on, I'm literally going off here. That's what happens when you try and make changes.
Oh, where's he going? Look at this.
Yeah, no, well, isn't tide dipping a thing?
Colin McRae O'Brien.
Yeah, see, I didn't hit the wall. That's my first off track. That's my first incident.
All calm and collected as well. Nice to see.
Well, you don't want to overreact to a situation here, do you?
Not at all. Speaking of that, actually, I've noticed it's been pretty calm out there. Like, what's the vibe out with the just the last round? Is everyone just going, look, it's the last round, let's just all just have fun, or is it tense because it's the last round and people want to, gain places and get a spot in the championship?
Side of the fence, I can't talk on behalf of everyone else. So confident Gambo's done. Unless something goes terribly wrong with him, which could happen, let's be honest. But if it's an even playing field and everyone doesn't have a blackout or anything like that, we're confident Gambo's won the championship. Yay for us! And further confident that both Chad and myself are if not in the top 10, certainly in the top 20, which was my goal, to make top 20. Top 10's a bonus. Oh, hang on, someone else has gone off in front of me. Travis Hunt maybe? I don't know. So we had confidence there, and Dan's missed 2, maybe 3 races, including that no drop round last week because he was working. So he's just outside the top 20, and if we can get him top 20, hooray, that'd be great. But by saying that, we're more than confident he's got the outright pace to qualify straight back in top split. He's a quality driver with a couple of top 5s this season, so he knows how to steer his way around it.
Well, Nitschke's not doing too badly. I mean, he's 3-4 spots up from Gamble. Well, I don't have the privileges to go have a look at the point system. What is a win worth?
Oh, no. You got
How many points do you get for a win?
More than what you'd get if you come second.
That's awesome. But like, I mean, what if Nitschke's coming first now? I mean, like, where does Gamble have to be before he'll take that?
Gamble's our professor in regards to points, all that stuff. So I think he worked out he just has to finish in the top 30. And Nitschke, to be honest, wasn't really part of the initial equation. I know,
yeah. You just had to show up.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I think Jamie was second in the championship, and that was based on if Jamie won, clean race, I don't know, whatever else you could do to get points. But, yeah, I've had a couple of really scrappy laps here. Yeah, but, look, we're pretty confident he's going to win. But whether Dan can get in the top 20, that's really the team's focus. But there's only so much you can do from there. And from what I understand, he was in a little bit of an incident before, but I'm not sure if his car's too bad.
Into next season, how many? What is the top? How many get automatically promoted into top split next season?
I think this season they're doing 21 because, from what I understand, because I call it the Bob rule, because I'm putting my hand up to be a steward next year for this, next season for this. But on the proviso, so I think at some stage everyone should put their hand up to volunteer and help in some way. They don't have to make a huge commitment, but part of my arrangement was that if I qualify, if I finish top 20 overall, I get to retain my spot on the grid in season 14, so not next season, but the season after. And hang on 2 secs. Gee, I'm not taking that corner at all well, am I? I'm just steering like a pig.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, no, you can, because you're normally around my pace, mate. Understeers like a roo.
It really does. I know about that.
Yeah, so I think there's top 21 from this, because my spots automatic qualify for season 14. And and the other thing is, like, I need a break from driving as well. Like if it's not my right wrist that's giving me co with the carpal tunnels, because my left ankle's completely cactus, and if it's not my left ankle, that means it's my hip that's gone. So the benefits of doing vets racing, and there's going to be a couple of Thursday nights I wouldn't have been able to make the race anyway, with MotoGP coming up and World Superbikes, because I'm obviously fairly involved with those. So no, it works out well for everybody.
Yeah, you might have actually worked this out pretty well, because I think Gen 3 might be due for season 14, so you might come into the Gen 3 cars, yeah. Okay,
well, I have heard whispers that it's been scanned, or I don't think they had to scan. I think they've just gone straight off the prints already.
The models, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that would be cracking, wouldn't it? Yeah, very good.
Amazing.
And hopefully it's an easier car to drive than this thing.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. But people love it, like, it's not like other people haven't tried to run other series like GT and Formula 3 series, but people just keep evolving back to these things, don't they?
Oh, it's because look, let's be honest, they're pigs of things, but that's what makes it fun. You really have to hustle the car. When you turn that steering wheel, you don't know what's going to happen, and you've got to deal with whatever happens. So that's what's really cool about these cars.
Yeah, us as Australian and us as vets, let's face it, we're still all back in the 70s and 80s with Brock Johnson, Moffat, Grice and all those great guys, you know what I mean? And And this is really, like, I think for a lot of us, it's just dare I say, evolution of what we used to know. You know, a lot of us still picture. Hang on, he's going to be under attack here. Who's this? Todd Duggan. Ooh, Todd gets in a few instances. I got to watch out here.
You got it on stream. You got it on stream. There you go.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, just quickly, I'm just going to
on
butt
your
in.
stream.
I'm just going to butt in for a sec. Hey.
Yeah,
This is RACESTARS TV, mate. Don't forget who owns
Okay.
it. Hey, I was just sitting back, relaxing, listening to you blokes talk, which is awesome. But I got to say, Jeff Thomas, I was just watching him. He's on for a win tonight. I'm going to pick this. I reckon Jeff Thomas could get a win.
Don't get too carried away there. You got to see. You can't do that, Luke. Now you got to go look at his fuel. How long did he spend in the pit stop? Yeah.
Yeah, he spent 45 seconds.
Okay, and who's in second and third? And how long did they spend in the pits?
No, he only spent 24 seconds. That was 4 seconds less than the race leader. So he did
Okay.
short fuel it compared to Favell and Gamble behind. But hey, I like getting excited. I was trying to get excited.
Yeah. So Jeff was on such a good roll for a while, and he went off the boil a little bit. You know, but no, mate, that's the thing with this series. You know, there's some bloody good guys and quick drivers in here. Hey, there really is. There's a lot of seasons of vets I missed, but from all accounts, the standard over the last 2-3 seasons has just picked up not even just a notch, like a heap of notches. And that's, like I said, good what's the word I'm looking for? Credit to Ben Anthony and all the work that he did previously, and the guys now do a cracking job, no doubt about that. So
Yep.
yeah.
Ben Anthony's actually racing next season, isn't he?
Oh, is that right?
I heard a rumour he was. I'm not sure if
Okay.
that's...
Yes, he is. No, yeah, he is.
What's he like behind the wheel?
I don't know.
Well, he turns 40, I think, at just the right time to race next season. So he's going to be the young bright.
So if Ben's listening to this, you're telling me he's just turning 40. The man looks about 80, for God's sake.
Well, you know, he's dealing with
No,
you
they're
lot,
joking,
so
mate.
you know he's dealing with you lot, so you can't blame him.
No, true.
But you watch all those wrinkles unwind when he gets behind the car, and we're yet to see.
Well,
You know what? He's living the dream, because like when you run a series, you run it because you love the cars and you love everything about it, and then you go, oh man, I really wish I was racing. You just sit here watching it and directing it. So he gets to do the directing, and now he's racing it. So he's actually living the dream.
How good. Yeah, oh, well, I have zero idea what he's like behind the wheel, but if he's in split one, I'll be able to catch up with him every Thursday night. Absolutely. Be looking forward to it. And good on him, you know. Like, I do a lot of spotting for my guys, and obviously with the Pro Series helping run that, but you've got to remember why we get the sim, and that's to drive. And I know there's about 1,000 Bathurst 1000s coming up with different variations. I'll probably try and do one of them, but apart from that, it'll be it for about 3 months, I reckon. So it's really good that he's racing. So he should. Because this season, Chad Lewis is the, dare I say, bubs of the series, because he literally just turned 40 days before the season started.
All this young blood.
Look at the battle behind me with Duggan, Kennedy and McKnight. That's worth...
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Well, they're slowing each other up, so you're probably breathing a little bit easy here. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Just looking after the tyres, to be honest with you, mate. Like, once the tyres are gone on these, absolute cactus. And
Well,
I'm going way above my average, being P17, because I'm the slowest guy by a mile.
Well, your tyres are 12 laps old, Duggan's are 13 laps old, and everyone behind them are 12 and plus, so, you know, you're all kind of equal pegging here with the tyres.
Yeah, look, I took less fuel than Jamie, I know that, but me having that off certainly doesn't help. And Jamie sounds like he's a little bit flat tonight, so here's what it is. He might be pretty busy this week himself, don't know, but yeah.
Has he been chatting on the radio, or what's the go?
Certain things were said at the lap 2, but oh mate, it's a bit of white line fever. We're both old enough and ugly enough to get over it pretty quick, and once the race is done, yeah, it's, look forward to next week, next day, whatever. So yeah, I don't think he's going to get too worried about it. I know I'm not.
Just watching Nishiki and Thomas. Favell's right there as well, as he always is. It's funny seeing him in the Pro Invitational Series, because he sort of hangs down the back and we don't really see a lot of him, but Comes back out here and always gets up there in the top 3. He's dominated some races throughout the season. He's plagued with technical issues, but that's all seems to be sorted now. And well, I think he's on a good strategy here. He obviously 5 seconds was the amount of fuel he took, more than the drivers in front, and the gap to the leaders now 4 seconds. So looking pretty good if you're in the Greg Favell stable right now.
The thing I think about with Greg though is sometimes his racecraft, I think it's lacking. Like, it's so quick. 1 lap, 2 lap, quick as, no doubt. Probably over 1 lap, I think consistently the fastest in the field. I honestly believe that. But yeah, I don't know how many times he's been out in front by quite a way, and then all of a sudden you hear over the radio he wants to tow because his engine's popped, you know, because he's forever pushing. So, yeah, what he's done in the Pro Series, I reckon he'd probably be disappointed in it, but he probably hasn't practiced a hell of a lot because he wants to do so well in vets.
You're saying he's a bit of a Charles Leclerc, fast as, but keeps blowing the car up.
Yeah.
Just having those small little things that just put you behind.
I don't know if he's got the Ferrari strategist working for him though, mate. You know what I mean? It's,
well, they would have pitted him 5 times by now if they had.
Yeah. But yeah, good guy. Loves his fishing. Yeah, no, if there's anything that you would say to Greg for next season is you don't have to push every lap to win the championship. And Gambo's proof of that. Like, he's done really, really well with his strategy and, you know, picked when to go fast, when not to.
Yeah, I can see that. When I'm watching Scotty Gamble, it looks a little bit more effortless than some other people. It really does look like he's, you know, going slower to go faster, if you know what I mean.
Nitschke's in the lane, so is Thomas, by the way.
They're both in.
So Favell carries on Gamble as well, but those two that are just short fueled straight in to get their second stop out of the way.
Yeah, and Nitschke's getting pressured now by Jeff Thomas. I think it was only 0.3 of a second when they went in, so he's covered a lot of distance there, and you might be right there. Might be up for a podium if not first here.
Now, does the G in Logitech G stand for Gamble?
Well, it will be after today, mate.
Gamble.
Absolutely, it will be. Lock it in. Actually, that's not the worst idea. And
yeah.
Dan's the main man of marketing.
That's
Triple
it.
M and
Scotty G. Scotty
G for the G. Yeah. Yep. Well, we're going to have a public holiday tomorrow in ERT. No, it's look, he's done with his Logitech wheel. People won't believe he's using a Logitech wheel. He is 100% using a Logitech G wheel. He's done an amazing job.
Well, you know what? This same with Benny Roberts in F3 and sports sedans, and literally coming first in the Motorsport Australia round. He's running a G29, I think.
What round is that again, Roo?
Sorry?
What round is he in again?
The Motorsport.
He's that Asian qualifier thing.
It's an Asian qualifier. Yeah, he came equal first. Now I'm wondering, if you've got a wheel that doesn't give you as much feedback, are you more wide-eyed and on the ball because you have to be, or you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see these people with a DD with heaps of torque and heaps of feedback. Will they actually do better?
Yeah, well, Roberts.
I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Equipment is not everything, and
And Roberts has shown that, hasn't he, Roo, in his just consistency throughout the 2022 iRacing Asian Pacific single-seater eSports qualifying series.
Oh yeah,
he did a really, because I was spotting for Marcelo Rivera. You read that?
Why does no one like that? Every time I say that, no one ever reacts.
You dead set read that, eh?
Of course I read that. It took me 5 minutes to find it. Couldn't you hear me trying to find it?
No, good. Sorry, I got some annoying engine noise going on in the background.
It's just the longest name for a series ever, and I just can't get over it.
Yeah, I know.
So how good is it to have MA or Motorsport Australia involved with that type of thing?
It is cool,
really
yeah.
Good.
It is great.
It's excellent. It's excellent. And now that we've got a few of the leagues now involved, it's really cool. And we're seeing a lot of new traffic coming as well. I know with F3A, we're seeing a lot of people coming into the Discord and into the Facebook and checking us out. And that's just since we've been on the Motorsport Australia website. So that alone is driving traffic to eSports. And I can imagine all the other leagues are getting the same results. So that's really cool.
Well, a lot of that His name's Shub, S-H-U-B-H. He works for Motorsport Australia.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, had a really good chat with. Well, I've had more than one chat with him, not in regards to this series, but other series, obviously. But there's so much enthusiasm, and obviously, with my job, I've got quite a bit to do with MA. So every once in a while, just happen to mention an E-series or eSports of some variety, and it's going really well.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude, and he's very willing to see what everyone's doing and giving a little bit of support. I've got a feeling that Motorsport Australia is just kind of putting their kind of feelers out to see how everyone's running their series and maybe trying to come up with their own standard. Sort of what I'm gauging with that one. So, which is cool. I don't, it's cool being a part of that crew that kind of formulates that standard. It's actually pretty exciting.
It really is. And the FIM is working even harder towards, FIA is working harder towards acknowledging esports and all that type of thing globally as well. And so Motorsport Australia are actually one of the slower ones to get involved, but once they get involved, they'll hook in and do the right thing, I'm sure.
Well, how do we become an FIA? I mean, when you think about it, they're just a group of dudes that just says we're official. How do we do that? We just have to be bigger than them, right?
As in the series, or what?
Oh, just to say that you're official.
Talking on behalf of myself and those in the Pro Series, like the stewards, our minimum standard for our stewards is bronze certification. So, before the series started, I asked those stewards to go out and become bronze certified, which they did, which is really good. If you go to the Motorsport Australia webpage, there's so many different ways of getting involved, not just as a steward and all that, but just as an official. And I'm going to put a little plug out for Phillip Island that if anyone wants to become an official at the World Superbikes, then get onto the Phillip Island webpage and register your interest, because we are screaming for officials right now.
Yeah, and I see that on Motorsport Australia website as well. They're putting that out there as well.
I don't think Motorsport Australia will be plugging motorcycling events.
Not motorcycling, but just officials in general.
Yeah.
And I actually think that's really exciting as someone who just loves motorsport can get involved being an official. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, it really is.
It's a bit of bragging rights as well. You come back and go, I gave that guy a flag, or whatever.
How many times have you been at a race and gone, that'd be so cool to be at that flag post, you know what I mean? But you can be it, you just got to apply. And I'll use my oldest son as an example. He's 22. Started off being fire and recovery at the skid pan in Winton, and then started doing national series with as a flaggy in national series at Winton, and then this year, Jamie's about to get past me here. He can go. Oh, is he going to go? He needs to commit there. There he goes. Go, Jamie. Go, Jamie.
You're going to get mugged.
So, a bit slow on exit. That's fine. It was a narrow entry. What was I going to say to you? Yeah, and now he's he went to he was a flag marshal, fire recovery marshal at the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Adelaide, in Melbourne this year, and he's been accepted to go to COTA for the US Grand Prix, and only yesterday, day before, got accepted to do the Mexican Grand Prix as well. And this is from someone who doesn't really follow motor racing. Just it's his ticket to go overseas. So he loves it. Now I need to pit this lap again. So I've done an entire stint with you guys. Surely there's some other things going on in the race.
We haven't just been watching you.
No, I hope not. Everyone's just turned off.
We're just watching McCune about to attack Visma for 11th place, as Favell leads over Gamble, Nitschke, Thomas and Spriggs. And I just noticed that McKnight's up into 6th place. A little bit, it'll change shortly. He needs to pit for his second stop. The top 5 have now completed their 2 compulsory pit stops. They can go to the end. So most of the field has in fact stopped twice, except for McKnight, O'Brien and Sharp. There you go.
And O'Brien's doing his stop right now.
Okay, we've got a car off the track. John King goes for an excursion back onto the track, brings a bit of dirt with him, but O'Brien in the pits, like we said, the man, the myth, the legend on the mic for us tonight. Can't believe you can just talk and be so relaxed, mate, whilst racing so hard.
Yeah, but look at my lap times, dude. They're not exactly spectacular, are they? No, I'll be honest with you, if I'm really putting in and I'm trying my absolute guts out, I won't talk, and I don't even like others talking, but like Roo said, it's a pretty relaxed night for us tonight. It's just a matter of getting it to the finish.
Yep, here goes Thomas on Nishiki. Let's just roll with this for a moment. He's about to attack him on the back straight, and he gets down the inside, so Jeff Thomas overtakes Brenton for P3, so he's on the podium with all the pit stops run and done at the end here for the top 5. Jeff Thomas looking good for at least a podium. Couple of quick shout outs to Sher. Hello Sher. Michael Schroeder's in the house too. Luke Holland, of course, does a lot of work in the background. He's just over there chatting and saying g'day.
Yeah, and look who's sitting up there in P2, less than a second. Goes with us.
The G.
Good to see her.
The G's in P2.
Yeah, strategise his way, looks after his tyres and looks after his fuel. You don't get points for leading a lap 5.
That's right. So he's the 543 currently in position 2, going for position 1.
He's got the newer tyres.
Newer tyres, lap 31. Both drivers stopping on lap 31. So Favell, pretty evenly matched. It was a 17-second stop for Favell versus Gamble's stop. If we put up the pit strategy board, we'll just have a quick look across.
Seconds there.
Just have a quick look across those 10 drivers at the top and have a look at their stoppage times. So you can just see from that graphic on your screen that Favell 33.2 seconds in the first stop, 17.4 in the second stop versus 34.9. So a longer first stop for Gamble and a 14.4 second stop. So all sort of evens out in the end, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Every time we talked about strategy when I was racing in the previous season, it was always do the long stop first, because if a safety car comes out, happy days. Everyone that's done the short stop to gain position, they just wasted it. So that's really good strategy there from Scotty.
Lap 38, 47, so 10 to go. 53, only 54 minutes into the race. Brenton, what do you prefer, the longer or the shorter races in this series?
Longer, yeah, longer. I like the longer races because you can strategise.
Right.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm actually, but
Thanks, mate.
I can understand why the fast guys would like the sprint races, because they're all wham bam, thank you ma'am at the front, and they're having a good time. But for, you know, for guys like me who plod along, our only chance of getting a good result is in strategy. So, no, I definitely like the length of the race, the longer ones.
Yeah.
Actually, I think this is a... Sorry to cut you off. I think this is a really good opportunity for the viewers. Viewers, tell us what you like. Do you like the sprints or do you like the marathons? Because this is really interesting. Because
Maybe I could put up a poll.
Yeah, put up a poll. Like, what do you want? What do you like? Do you like the sprints where everyone's door bashing, going hell for leather, or do you like the strategy? Do you like watching the long game?
This is going to look really bad when people read this back and it's out of context, but basically the poll is, do you like them long or short?
Well, if they're not listening, we know which way that's going to go.
Booted from YouTube.
Oh, it's alright. It's over on Facebook, the poll. There's only 2 people watching there anyway, so...
So, let's just hope they both vote the same then. Otherwise,
Okay, poll activated.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, just jump into Facebook just to do the poll and then bugger off again. This is fine.
no, I'm doing all this talking, so 2 people are watching. Hi, Mum and Dad.
There's only 1 now. Someone just bug it off.
Yeah,
go on,
Mum
have a shower.
wasn't happy.
No, but
Mum wasn't happy.
YouTube's going alright. There's 20 people over on YouTube watching live, so hello YouTube. Once again, keeping it loud and proud. At the moment,
we like YouTube.
At the moment, long is on 0% and short is on 0%. So we'll just wait for a.
It's close.
It's pretty
Well,
close.
no, I'm gonna. Can I put a proxy in and vote long? So there you go. So long's on 1.
Oh, we got 1 of each. How did you do a vote whilst driving?
There you go.
Anyone on YouTube, just chime in with long or short, and we'll scroll back and
Oh,
count.
there's 3
So,
people watching now, so there's a few people coming in, I think, to
Yeah.
vote.
On YouTube, do you like the short sprints or the long race? Just type long or short in. We haven't got a poll up, but we can count. We're good at that.
So Favell leads lap 39.47. Stephen Murray reckons long drives. Scher says the sprints, the drivers are more desperate and more action.
She likes the desperation.
Yeah,
She's a bit of a sadist, is Scher, actually.
Yeah, but Roo, tell us. I mean, from all accounts, I hear that Scher was a bit of a daredevil back in the day, and maybe still is.
If she could turn back time, absolutely.
Yeah. She didn't ride the Cannon, but yeah, she was the first woman in Western Australia to race a motorcycle.
So cool.
And the second in Australia, just got pipped there, and won. It didn't just turn up and go, "Hey, I'm representing," representing females and going, "Hey, I'm just here to represent." She actually won and kicked their ass, which was awesome. And I'm always trying to remember whether she had a lot of talent or whether she was just a mad bitch and just had no fear. Oh, 100%. Like, I remember when I was 19, 20 and I had a new bike and I thought I was ace and I was going around a corner in this new bike. And Scher, who is actually my mum, just bombed around the outside with me on this BMW, like an R65. It looked like it was out of World War II, and it was bouncing around the road, and her ass is going all over the place. And I'm like, oh wow, I've got a lot of work to do. I've just been emasculated. Yeah, cool. I'm glad no one was watching. So yeah, she really got stuck in. So it was really cool to see.
That is cool.
Actually, if you're ever on YouTube, and I reckon you might be able to find it, look up the Pink Panther of Perth. They called her the Pink Panther of Perth because she had a Pink Panther on the helmet. So you might be able to find a photo of her by Googling that.
Okay, I've just found some very odd things by looking up Pink Panther of Perth.
Of Perth?
Yeah.
You might have to.
But you said your dog didn't fight. It doesn't. That's not my dog. That's the only line I remember from Pink Panther, the movie, sorry. Had to get that in there.
This silence is two people YouTubing frantically.
I found Pink Panther on a motorcycle. It's like an actual Pink Panther. But you know what I'm like? I don't really want to put YouTube up because what happened last time.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Remember when I used to have a RACESTARS TV YouTube?
Yeah.
Good old days.
The poll at the moment is 3 for short, 1 for long. So there you go.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Big shout out to TaipanEvents, doing a big thanks to TaipanEvents for having us over on YouTube since that disaster from many moons ago. But
You've recovered well, my friend.
oh mate, don't even give a shit anymore about YouTube. I mean, about the channel. I don't think the channel's ever coming back. That's the problem. I think I must have sent 1,000 emails to YouTube. Not one single response. Not a response.
You're an important customer.
I had over 1,000 subscribers. Didn't mean nothing to them. Anyway, I'm over it.
On to bigger and better things now, mate.
That's it, mate. Look at this battle, though. There's, we're into the last 6 laps of the race. Latham, who started at the front of the grid, now moves up to 14th, slides down the inside of Chad Lewis there, and Smarty Pants tries to go with him, and they got together, didn't they? Yeah, Smart got together, and King said, I'll have a 2-for-1 meal deal.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's it. So straight around the both of them. So that's sometimes you've got to take those little opportunities, and he did just that.
Oh, he's getting squirrely too, so they're going to catch him back here.
I tell you what, they've come along. iRacing's come a long way. When I see stuff like that, where you see the grass kick up in the air, that's only the last 4 or 5 years that's been a part of the graphics in iRacing. I love that sort of thing. It just adds so much to it.
We just need everyone's hair offs to get into the brake vents of the person behind you, and then we're all good.
That's it, yeah, McKnight gets past Hunt as well down the inside. Tim Nicol just behind them. But, well, I'm trying to just focus in for a moment on the top 2 because they have run away from the field. It's 1.8 seconds covering the top 2. As McKnight, they're still going on here. Hunt's not giving up this position. Look at that. He's giving him a bit of Morse code as well. McKnight is just...
all good, mate. That was good racing.
Oh, no. They're having a bit of a compliment for each other. I thought for a second as I've turned up the radio chatter that it might have been a bit of a go-go, but no, it's just a nice little compliment. So, final round of the series. Everyone being very gentlemanly in this one.
Yeah, no safety car's a bit of a disappointment, but say la vie. Doesn't need one, don't have one.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds covers the top 2. Just seeing if Scott's got anything left in the bag now. And, well,
Why would he risk it?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to. And he knows this. I mean, it'd be nice to win, but you know, why push it when this is pretty much the championship race for him.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a what would have been too for Favel. I mean, if you didn't have all those incidents, as we've got a little photo here of Roosmar. There's the Pink Panther of Perth, is it? Number 32?
Pink Panther of Perth, that's the one.
What is that?
That is cool. That's a cool looking bike too.
What year are we talking about, Roo?
Oh, mate. Early 70s?
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So yeah, shout out to all the viewers and especially shows. And Michael Schroeder, who's just saying Holland's new nickname is Splinters. Why is that? I'm trying to work out what that's got to do with.
Ooh. No, there's a whole bunch of work nicknames going around at the moment. I reckon that's one of them, Splinters.
Oh, we got a car off the track. King is in the fence. Imagine a safety car now. I don't think it's going to happen. He's backing it out.
No,
So
he's backing it out.
yeah, we're all good down there. I've lost him in the trees down there, just near the lake. Anyway,
Still there. He's just coming out in front of me.
I heard one of the funniest nicknames the other day. Have we got anyone here called Philip? I don't think we do we?
No, there's a screwdriver joke coming.
Someone called a guy Philip fart in the bath because it goes Philip. That's his nickname, fart in the bath. Philip.
So we have some nicknames for our guys at work. One of them's called Cordless.
Oh yeah,
because he's up all night charging, but only works for 2 hours.
Nice.
like it.
God, wicket keeper. As soon as he puts his gloves on, he stands back.
Oh yeah, like it.
Limo, because he carries 8 blokes.
Yes.
One of my favourites is sensor light.
Yep,
Only works when someone walks past.
I like that one.
It's a good one, yeah.
Everyone's already heard these, obviously, so comedy's not my thing.
No, it's good. It's good. Someone told me
I
if
can
you.
tell by you're laughing. You're just in hysterics.
I'm muted. I didn't want to have the microphone going because I'd rupture everyone's eardrums with the laughter.
Well, we're heading into the last couple of laps now. I just want to say, Ben Anthony says, thanks, Luke, for your contribution you've made to the series, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. Johnny Van Ree as well, hello. Keith Logan loves the long race. And as we round it down with a couple to go, I think Greg Favel looks like he's going to take this, but Scott Gamble should be sweet to take a championship. And, you know, that's a great story. I love Scotty. I've said many, many times throughout this season that he was an inspiration for me just to start streaming. And, you know, my POV was what I was going to do when I first started getting this computer together and start streaming, and had no idea RACESTARS TV would even be a thing until COVID. But Scotty was the man. He was the big G and the reason that I even started streaming. So it'd be great to see him win a championship here, and he's going to do it at this stage with ease and bring it home in style with at least a podium. So you always want to see your championship winner stand at least on the podium for the interviews.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm just about to jump off because you're about to send me somewhere else. But yeah, no, honestly, on behalf of ERT and probably everyone involved in the series, mate, seriously, Luke, like I said many times, mate, your work's been exceptional. Your passion and your drive has been amazing. And yeah, on this side of the fence, on vets, very much going to miss your work, mate. And you know, on pro side of the vents, really, really happy that you're able to stick with us for however long you want, because your work is exceptional, mate. It really is.
Yeah, mate. I haven't been shy lately of saying I love the production side of it. I always have. I love doing the camera angles, doing the fly zooms, you know, the blurs, all the other things that, to me, the production side is something that I can do even after a 14-hour workday, and still find a massive passion for it. Unfortunately for me lately, the words have been a bit harder to get out, because when I've got 46 staff under me, and when I finish a day, I'm basically over talking to people.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you get that as well.
Yeah, well, I don't commentate, but yeah, like I got to the stage a while ago where you spend all day working on motor racing, and the last thing you want to do is come home and talk about motor racing. but I've gone well and past that now, so just love it.
That's awesome. But it's been a great series. Go.
Yeah, I'm out of here, so if you could drag me down, but thank you.
Drag you down?
I'll
let
let
me
you
try
call
and
the
do
last
that.
couple of laps, and
I'll make sure I put you in the right room.
Yeah, and we're going to let Gambo and the rest of us are going to do some donuts and all that at the end of the series, end of the race, obviously. So yeah, no, really cool.
Awesome. I'm just going to make sure I put you back into Evolution Racing Team and I'll accidentally drop you into like LR.
Cheers, Roo.
See you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
So I'm going to send him. I'm just going to try and do it now. Evolution Racing Team. There we go. Hopefully I've stuck him in the right spot. But yeah, Roo, we've got the white flag 1 to go here for our 120th of V8 Vets broadcast and the final curtain for RACESTARS TV. But I'll tell you what, they're in good hands. They've got LR eSports. They've got Johnny Van Ree in the team ready to pick up, and they do a fantastic, incredible job. And, you know, I'm even looking forward to the day where I can just sit back, chuck YouTube on the telly and watch a bit of it myself, just for the fun of, you know, seeing this fantastic series. And it has been great. I've been fond of the Vets since, you know, day dot when I started seeing the service pop up in iRacing. And it's been a pleasure to be a part of 120 nights. And to have my mate Roo Koister with me for the final one as well. He's an absolute dream, man.
Oh, maybe we can do one of those reaction tunes where we can react to other people reacting to stuff. I think that it's pretty hot right now, apparently.
That's crazy, isn't it? Bloody kids these days.
I know. I've got a sneaking suspicion. My prediction is you're going to miss it. That's my prediction. My prediction is you're going to have your little break and you're going to go, you know what? Oh, I was damn good. And it felt good.
I'll just come back and race, mate. Race.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Just get out there and smash everyone.
Here we go, Greg Favell rounding out the last corner. He's been solid the entire race.
Oh, he slides it too.
A little bit of an arse end coming round.
Yeah, look at that.
A little show pony bringing it home for number 1. Scott Gamble coming in second, and I think that is the series for Scott Gamble.
And how about this, Jeff Thomas as well on the podium? I predicted at the start he was going to have a win tonight. Well, he got P3. That's pretty damn good, and it shows what an incredible consistent run he's had across this season as well. And that's your top 3. Nishiki ended up off the podium after a pretty decent race and also a good championship for him. Spriggs comes home in 5th. Your top 10 would be Sharp, Cairns, Kirby, Viger and Dan Hall for Evolution Racing Team rounding out the top 10. But put your hands together. Greg Favell takes another victory. But this man, Scotty Gamble, we're going to focus some attention on him now and enjoy this as he, I think he's about to burn these tyres to the ground.
Yeah, you should go to the rims on this one, I reckon. Come on, Scotty.
Here he goes. Oh, I just saw a car flying through the air. Did you see that?
Has Scotty run out of fuel?
Oh dear, I don't know. Maybe he's just waiting. Or someone else is lighting him up. Let's go have a look at this. Greg Favell. He's setting a couple of O-rings down there for us. And, well, we're going to go to the race results shortly. We're also going to have a chat to the top 3. And we'll possibly get a few extra people in as well. But I think Gamble has still got fuel in the car. No, he might be out here. And I think his teammate might be coming to the rescue to push him home.
He shows you like how much they just like run to the wire here.
Yeah.
Like, I know Gamble does a lot of calculations and stuff like that, and he's literally calculated everything to the letter. Like that was like two corners and he's out.
Yeah, it's incredible. Right, we're going to get those results up on the screen now. Here they are, the final results sent through from iRacing. Greg Favell wins it by 1.7 seconds over Gamble and Jeff Thomas. Your top 3. Let's head over to the broadcast booth now and let's see if we can't find ourselves some drivers to talk to. We've got Jeff Thomas already standing by in the split 1 green room. We'll bring him up and have a quick chat. We might go in reverse order tonight. So Jeff, congratulations, mate. Top 3 on the podium. I was giving you huge raps throughout the race tonight, mate. You've had a great consistent series and you've got to be really happy with that.
Oh, look, great way to finish the series off, you know, and hope to continue next season in the same vein. But nice race there with Brenton Nitschke. You know, he pushed me really hard there at the end.
Yeah, it's good to watch, mate. And obviously, you know, you've been consistent even with the plywood Plymouth, but even with that race car rig now, you're going from best to better, or better to best.
Yeah, it definitely helps. You know, the new rig, you know, everything's nice and solid, and you can get the ergonomics exactly where you want them. So I'm playing every week. This week I did a lot with wheel settings and stuff like that, just trying to find that feeling I'm looking for, and it definitely helped.
Yeah, fantastic job and taking out the win tonight, mate. It's been an up and down season. Greg, you took a win, but I guess a bit of what could have been with some of those, you know, technical issues that plagued your season. Got to give you full credit, mate. It's been a good run, those things aside.
I think it makes it a bit more enjoyable without the pressure of going for a championship and just go out and have some fun. But I've actually gone from my VR to monitors for this season, so I'm just starting to get used to them now.
There you go, Roo. And Roo said earlier in the broadcast no one ever goes back, but there you go.
Well, stand corrected.
I still miss the VR, though. I prefer the VR, but yeah.
What was the reason for the switch, mate?
Just so I can get data. I kept over-fueling my car because I
Right.
didn't have fuel calculators and all that sort of stuff, so yeah, it sort of cost me.
No,
But I think I'm faster in VR, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Fantastic racing. We'll do some thank yous, and obviously I'm not sure if Scotty's going to grace our presence tonight, but anyway, let's start with P3. Jeff Thomas, who would you like to thank, mate, for not just a P3, but a great season?
I'd like to thank you, Luke. I hear you're sort of finishing up after this one, and it's been great. I've been here since season 8, which I think was the second season that you streamed. It's been fantastic. All the Vets family, everything that goes on in the background. There's sometimes a rocky road, but they do a bloody good job. All the sponsors, Racecraft, Bay 21, Quantum Tint Solutions, all the drivers, and lastly, all the boys there at JWM. I think we're going to have a few more of us next season, so that looks good.
It's a good, strong team, mate, and getting better and better. Great drive, good season for you, Jeff, and I'll definitely be keeping an eye on your progress, mate. I've enjoyed calling all the races you've been involved with, so thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
Greg, mate.
Scotty's coming in now. By the way, Logitech G crew have just done a cool-down lap with all 4 of them, so you might want to be on that while you talk to Scotty Gamble. I suspect he's coming in right now.
He is. We'll let Greg do some thank yous quickly as our winner for tonight before we talk to our championship winner. So, Greg, who would you like to thank, mate? Obviously for the P1 tonight, and a great season, consistent season, and like I said, without those little niggles, I think you would have been right up there for the win as well.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. I'd like to thank all the admin, drivers, everyone involved with V8 Veterans. Such a fun league to be part of. Thanks some sponsors: Blacktown Mazda, Blacktown City GWM Havau, Too Easy Finance, Sibriggs, and Sideways Photography. And yourself, Luke, for everything you've done. I only joined this season because I've seen one of your streams and went, that looks like a lot of fun, and you do a fantastic job. All my family usually get involved and love watching it. Say how good a job have you done, so you'll be sorely missed, mate.
Thanks, mate. I love having the family in there, mate. They're always a good added bonus too for me because I do thrive off, that talk back from the chat. So massive thanks to you. Thanks to the family. And congratulations on a win. Another one, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do next season. I'll be tuning into LA eSports to see your progress, mate. So congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Hopefully we'll see you back one day.
That's it, mate. Let's grab Scotty in now. So our champion, P2 in the race tonight, but importantly for him, took out a win after what a great season. Scott, congratulations, man.
Yeah, how you going, Luke? Cheers, mate. It has been a long season, but we got there, mate. We done it. Yeah,
that's it. And tonight's race, you sat there P2. How were you thinking? I've just got to secure this championship. There's no point trying anything silly here and going for any overtakes, or was it just your pace tonight?
100% there, Luke. When we come out of pit lane, I gave it up. Probably if there wasn't a championship on the line, I would have argued that with Greg. But then, 10 laps to go. I had to really make a decision. Do I want to win this race, or is there a bigger thing on the line? And we just backed off, and Greg drove incredibly fast and well, and he deserved the win. And it was good sitting behind him, and nothing wrong with coming second, mate. Yeah, mate, and we're looking at this little parade lap now with all the Logitech G cars, and I've been told by a good source that Logitech G is Logitech Gamble. So, mate, you've got your initial plastered on the car now. Look, I couldn't do it without the team. Like, it has really been a team performance. Not just the 4 drivers we had in the top split, but also behind the scenes with in ERT with Cello, Ethan, 40 and Brad. They've all chimed in at times and been a wealth of support and followed and given some tips throughout the season, which has been really helpful. Yeah, mate, we couldn't have done it without the likes of Vargs in race control and others as well. I think Duggan was in there, people that have helped out behind the scenes. It's such a great series, and Gamble, it's a massive asset to have you, Scotty, in this series too, because like I said earlier before you came into the booth, mate, you're an inspiration for me to even start streaming POV stuff, but to then go on to do RACESTARS TV, mate, I'd like you to at least be acknowledged as someone that I really, looked up to as I started my stream, so thank you. Yeah, thank you, Luke. It's I'm glad that I got to win this championship. Your last, season with V8 Vets, and credit to you. The V8 veterans probably wouldn't be in a position streams, and I do remember our conversations when I used to do the point of view streaming, and yeah, thank you very much, mate, and you've been a really asset to V8 veterans, and looking forward to following you on your journey with the other channels, mate.
Thanks, mate. Well, I haven't given you a chance to thank everyone other than just Logitech G, haven't I?
Yeah, I'd like to do a couple more things.
Yeah, go
thanks
through all the
Greg.
thank yous, mate. Yep.
Yeah, well done, Greg and Jeff. You drove a great race. Congratulations. Well done to Luke Holland. He's someone probably doesn't get enough mention out there. He was sort of thrown in the deep end with V8 veterans, and he grabbed it by the horns and went with it, and he's really taken it on. And what he does and the time he puts in is just amazing. So yeah, thank you, Luke, and to the other admins and race control throughout all the splits. You guys and all the broadcasters, you do a great job, and credit out to the drivers as well. But without them, the series isn't what it is. So it's a really enjoyable series, and I'm looking forward to the next winter series. I'm not sure what spring and summer will bring. We'll probably spend a bit more time outside with the kids and a bit of fishing and camping and that. But definitely winter series is the one.
Awesome work. Well, that's it for tonight, and a big thanks to Rue as well for coming in, joining me, and being a part of the last few broadcasts that I've done for the vets, because it's really helped me out, mate. So, Rue, I'm sure we're going to do more stuff together. We've got F3A coming up, which I'm still going to be a part of, and the biggest thing for me as a broadcaster is just doing stuff that finishes before 10 p.m. because of my day job. So there's still a few series that I'm going to be a part of. I'm definitely going to miss the vets, but the 300k race is finishing at 11:30. I just can't do it anymore. So I love this whole series. I love everyone in it. And I'm definitely going to keep myself on the radar watching what's going on. So thanks, Rue. Thanks, everyone that was been involved tonight. Rue,
thanks, mate.
Anything you want to add before we close it out, mate?
Yeah, just one thing for everyone to watch out for next season, Favell and Gamble. Gamble, how do you feel where you'd be with Favell if he didn't have all these disconnects? I reckon you guys would have been pretty much on par there, so I think it'd be quite exciting next season to see you guys go head to head.
Oh, look, Greg went fishing for the first couple of rounds, and I don't blame him, mate. Like, that's where I would have gone too, so, and it's unfortunate he's had one or so blown engines and a couple of dropouts, and I think he's got his electronics sorted in the vehicle. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm not sure we'll be able to. Like I said, we've got things on. The weather's warming up. Victoria's a cold place, and
yes, it is.
When the sun's out, mate, we get outside. So we'll still give it our best and turn up when we can. But yeah.
Nice one. All right, that's it for us. Thanks everyone for being involved, and we'll sign out now for our 120th V8 Vets round, 616th broadcast here on RACESTARS TV. Until next time, I'm Luke. Thanks to the crew. Good night.